that was with 2 people before has been transferred. So new people are on board. We need to get involved into this task force. In our office, in anti-human trafficking and child labor, most times we do referral mechanism to NATI. Some cases that we can't handle because they have a mandate to handle such cases. But there are practical cases where you will see an aged woman with a baby, and in most cases they always do the adoption in a wrong way. So what we do is to provide solution, because yes, you have your reasons to go for adoption, but there are better ways to do the adoption. You don't cut corners. You go and do it in a legal way, and documents and certificates will be given to you based on that adoption. So we try to educate them more on that, on the best way to do such adoption, instead of going to do it in a local and a crude way. And again, there are cases of, this child trafficking. When we talk about child trafficking, we will just be looking in front. Within us, some of us parents, adults, we traffic on a child that is working with us, like domestic staff. When you talk about trafficking, you must talk about exploitative nature of it, which is the most criminal in nature, because it's just a crime against humanity. When you have a domestic staff that you abuse by denying him freedom, you abuse by not sending him to school, she always work for you from morning till night. While your children will go to school, she will be there cooking, washing, and all that. It's exploitative abuse. We call it abuse. We will not be looking outward. So let's start these correctional measures. Let's start it in our homes, in our individual thing, even in our offices. How do you treat your people under you? Because the abuse comes in various forms. It's not that we see physical. There are some other social abuse where you use hurtful words on people. It's still a form of abuse. Abuse on shouting on people, abuse on calling names in print and all that. So I pray that God will help us more to look at child labor section. We are open to collaborate. We are open to carry on the synergy that has been in existence before I posted there. It has been. Thank you for coming out to speak more on immigration mandates on trafficking. This trafficking thing is part of what we do. We always come against them. We do
parents, even though some will point out to you that the law only requires the consent of either of the parent. But I used to say I'm not comfortable with that, because sometimes you don't even know the relationship that exists between the man and the woman. It's supposed to be guardians. In the recent 2-3 weeks, I've had a number of magistrates in my office who would want to shy over the issue of bringing proper legal documents and legal guidance of minors, and if it comes to bringing them to my office, I always insist that in such cases, if they want to talk to me, I'm open for talks, And in a case like that recently, I had to tell the magistrate, you are a person of the law, and you know what the position of the law is. That you are a magistrate does not confer on you, to put on yourself a legal guardianship. You know what to do if you need to get a legal guardianship, so that if anything happens as a breach of the law, we know who to hold and we know the documents that we are, holding. Of about a year or so old, she opted. I just want to raise it to let us know have the baby. That witnesses, that were there, that saw this right at the very top level, insist and works on it, that the passport office should be an avenue, that is used to deter cases of anti-human trafficking by ensuring that passports are not given out indiscriminately. We should examine all these cases and try to stop the one we can stop using that office. So in immigration, you can rightly say that the passport office, the anti-human traffic office, there are two offices that is put to great use to ensure that the scourge of trafficking is greatly reduced.
They went back to the embassy to have a visa for the child to go back. It became suspicious and she was referred to NAPTI for confirmation. When she went in, there was a series of questions. When they run the DNA test, it failed. And she was convicted at the end of the day because she's not the mother of the child. Link us to the person who actually helped you to undergo the process of assuming you were pregnant. And it will have a kind of story along the line. They will not allow you to get, in short, there will be a bridge in between. So it's been that, in short, it's taxable. So most often we always have problems along that line. But if we run a test and it failed and we refuse to show us the person who actually did that to you, then we'll take it to court.
To meet my controller that this particular lady is a Nigerian. So, and I see people who are doing those things are those highly blessed in the government. So,
Nigeria Immigration Service Cross River State Command here in Calabar, headquarters. I have the singular honor and privilege of presenting you with this simple plaque to remind you, commemorate your coming here to visit us in this inaugural outing, yes, of the task force. I hope as often as you look at it or you view it, you have sweet memories of us, and keep the cooperation flame blowing.
Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Okay. We're doing it outside. Okay. Thank you. Tell us now.
All right.
Estimate